What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Jeameave back in with ViewsFromTheHeart, and today I got a 2019 C7 Grand Sport courtesy of Martin Chevrolet. Once again, thank you so much to Lewis, my guy Samuel back here for this wonderful opportunity. And like I said, I have a C7 Grand Sport, and many people say that this is the best, purest Corvette one can get because it has a V8 and it's naturally aspirated, not supercharged, so that's why it lends credence to being a nice combination between the Aperture of the Stingray and the Z06. And today I'm going to give you kind of a little bit of comparison between the differences of a Grand Sport and a Z06 because there are some intricate differences, especially with the exterior styling. So let's go ahead and take and see what this bad boy is all about. Let's go ahead and get it. What's it like driving a naturally aspirated LT1 V8 pushing 460 horsepower and a C7 2019 Chevy Corvette Grand Sport? Well, I'll tell you what, Sam, how did that feel to you just now?
Come in my goddamn seat, man.
You know, to be completely honest, despite the fact that this is not the LT4 supercharged V8, this feels really, really strong and really fast for only 460 horsepower, and I say that very loosely, only 460. But that combined with the low curb weight of just about 3,500 pounds in the Grand Sport makes for an extremely pleasurable ride. I am in track mode right now, and I am using the paddle shifters in this car. The paddle shifters, I feel like it could be a little bit more responsive, to be honest. It's a little lacking. Not as bad as it was in the 2SS review that I did, but it's not as fast as I definitely think that it could have been. One of the reasons I say this is because the Z01 review that I did had the 10-speed auto, and the 10-speed auto in that vehicle was also 2018. This is 2019 with the
7-speed.
No, this is 8-speed automatic.
No,
that's 7-speed manual. Yep, see 8-speed right here. Damn, Sam.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah. Come on, Sam.
Reading the wrong one.
Come on, Sam.
You know what I mean?
Come on, Sam. I know my stuff, Sam. No, I'm just messing with you because it is hard to see sometimes because you see 7-speed and then it has manual right next to it. So don't be too hard on my guy right here sending me shotgun. Once again, shout out to Martin Chevrolet for this opportunity, Lewis and my guy Sam for taking his time to allow me this opportunity.
Come through Martin Chevrolet dealership.
Come see this guy. But
over a fun test drive.
Damn, I didn't turn that one on. Damn, that done pissed me off. But damn, they missed that whole scene. But you know, we got another one, run that back. You know, you feel me? But Tony, you're texting me right now. Why? I'm just playing. But overall, like I said, I'm gonna explain the differences right after I do this little pull right here, because you know I want to experience this bad boy just a little bit more. And you know, let's do this real quick. Got U-turn. That was my fault. I didn't click the shifter fast enough, so it kind of
rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. I'm not used to these paddle shifters. But overall, like I said, I know I just made myself look bad right there. Ooh, might have to edit that one out. You know, no, but
give it to you raw.
Like I said, the main differences between that you can see aesthetically between a Grand Sport and a Z06 would be the difference between the smoke tail lights, the side grille that says Grand Sport instead of Z06, the Brembo brakes and rotor discs are significantly smaller than those in the Z06 package. Remember, this is the 2LT. I think this is the 2LT Grand Sport with the package in it. So
the 2LT package, yeah.
This has a MSRP of around $75,000. Now, interesting thing about the Grand Sport is that you can technically option up a Grand Sport with all the Z06 goodies but the supercharger and come out to about $10,000 cheaper than what a Z06 would cost. Now, like I said, that really depends on, let me just make sure that's on. All right, thank the Lord. Now you're messing up. But so it seems kind of you can really spend a good amount of money on a Grand Sport but then not have the Z06 Prestige. Some people are kind of like that, and just if you don't have the Z06 the top of the line, even though technically the 01 is the top of the line right now, but I believe those are kind of out of production. I'm not sure yet, but regardless, the one that most people can get that we're not paying a super premium for, that's still expensive or top of the line Corvette is, and of course, the 06. And I say that because they have not brought out a 01 for every generation. They had a 01 back in the 80s, I believe, and then they had a C6 01, and then the obviously the C7 01 that came out earlier this year or late last year. And overall, like I said, the main difference I can see with this car right straight away is the fact that the interior compared to the 06, the 30Z was the one that I did. The interior for this is not a bad interior, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad interior, but it's definitely not on the same level as the 06. I feel like this is, doesn't have the same carbon backed seats, bucket seats. It's missing that. But overall, again, like I said, this is still a very great car, and I'm in track mode right now. And the 06, especially in track mode, felt a little bit more, I'll put it on automatic. The 06 felt a little bit more refined, a lot more succinct and more stable on the road. It felt really good in terms of its handling capabilities. This doesn't quite seem there. This is still a very capable car, but you gotta remember, this does not have the magnetized suspension that the 06 package would have. This is not your top of the line Grand Sport, and that's why I kind of wanted to see how much of a difference it would feel, and if I'm seeing the premium or the money's difference in the 06 compared to this car. And to be quite honest, I do feel a difference. I feel a pretty significant difference in terms of the way it handles, but I say that very loosely in the sense that you're going from something that handles very good already in this car to something that handles great, in my personal opinion, and what I've felt and what I've driven so far. That 06 was one of the best handling cars I've ever personally driven in terms of the overall package. Not necessarily in the rawness that it translates, because there are some other vehicles that I've driven that offers a more raw experience, but in terms of horsepower and overall handling package and capabilities of the car, the 06 is hands down the best car that I've driven as an overall package. This handles very well, but at the same time it's not quite there yet when it comes to comparing. Like I said, you see the premium, you see the differences in these cars, but overall it feels like a very fun car. It's still very fast. It's weird because it still pulls you back into your seat, and I've never really driven a car that only has 460 horsepower and still manages to do that in such a gratifying way.
The weight. The weight. Most likely it has 465, but I just gotta remember, it's very a light car.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I said earlier is that despite the fact that it only has such and such in terms of horsepower, and you're like, the 06 has almost 200 horsepower more than this car, but yet it doesn't necessarily feel like that. Don't get me wrong, the 06 will still drag this in a drag race, but at the same time, this is still very much capable, and the weight lends a lot of credence to that. And I can see why people say that this is probably the best bargain you can get, because you still have a great car, you have a fantastic car, you have a fast car, you have a great looking car, but yet you don't necessarily have to pay that premium, because this price of, as it stands right now, is $30,000. Sorry, excuse me, $32,000 if you want to be exact, cheaper than the 06 review that I did earlier 2 weeks ago. So please go check that one out. But so like I said, overall, this is honestly a fantastic package car. Now, if I had a choice, you see, it kind of comes down to what exactly are you missing from this car in terms of what you could add in the 06, in the 06 packages and things of that nature, and what you could just not have to waste your time and already come standard with the 06. Remember, the 06 comes with a supercharged 6.2 liter LT4 V8, but this is the naturally aspirated LT1 6.2 liter V8. And again, like I said, it depends on what you're kind of looking for and how you can source the parts, because if you did a great deal on a Grand Sport, you can potentially add the bits and pieces here of a 06 and add a supercharger on top and have something potentially faster than what a 06 would come standard. So it's really up to you and your know-how and your you're doing your due diligence to realize what's the better package, what is better for you, and overall what makes more sense. And sometimes it's kind of hard to say and what exactly makes it up for you, because some people love to build your cars, do this, tinker with it, add this, add that, kind of give more of a, how should I say, a connection with the car. Some people just love having ridiculous amounts of horsepower and a fantastic looking package with a warranty behind it. So it gives and take either way you go. But like I said, dude, you really honestly can't go wrong with either one you go. But if you want a stout car, a reliable car, I mean, you have a naturally aspirated V8 pushing this much horsepower with no overheating issues or cooling issues that some have experienced in the Z06s in the 2015s to 2016s. I believe from what I've read. In the Grand Sports, you don't necessarily have that issue because remember, this is a naturally aspirated car. You won't breathe like fast. That's crazy. Like, that's crazy to me how this car feels so fast. Because
0 to 60 and 60 to 0 real quick.
Literally, I'm driving this car as an naturally aspirated engine is so much fun because it feels so comfortable in the high RPM range, whereas the Z06 just felt like a complete animal all throughout. This is why people say that the Grand Sport is the go-to Corvette to buy, because you can get to enjoy it. And what I mean by that is, this is not a slow car. This is fast. This is really fast. And like I said, that can be really attributed to the combination of the 8-speed automatic when left in automatic mode.
And no force injection.
No force induction, and the low curb weight of just about 3,500 pounds. This is a light package, a very capable package. And like I said, with that being said, sometimes it's better to drive a slower car fast than driving a fast car fast. And what I mean by that is you can bring out and enjoy more of what the engine offers in a slower car than you can in a fast car, because if it's a super fast car, the moment you put your foot on the pedal, you're at illegal speeds. But in something like this, you still get yourself into trouble in this car, but you'll feel a little bit more of what the car can offer. You feel it go through the gears a little bit more often. You feel it hit that red line. You feel a little bit more things more organically, as whereas in a Z06 you kind of just bang 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 in gears. So
you're like, he pulled me over already.
It's like, I only had 2 seconds of enjoyment. Like, come on now, it's
before you see the blue and red.
But cheeks clench maximum at that point. But like I said, it really depends on what you want. But honestly, I'm blown away by this car. I expected to be coming away from this car with the Z06 in mind being significantly better. And honestly, don't get me wrong, I can still see the premium and in terms of the overall aesthetics and the luxury amenities that the Z06 offers over this car. I can totally see it. But when you try and justify and say is it worth that premium, that's honestly up to the individual, and I can't fault either or for any person wanting to go either direction, because you can take the kind of tuner route with this car, add what you need, or you can get the Z06 to the complete package and just kind of say like, I don't need to add anything else. It's kind of perfect the way it is. But if you leave this car the way it is too, I would highly recommend, like a suspension upgrade or ditting like the Magna Ride. Those are the things that are important, and the brakes. The brakes are still good in this car, but as you can see, it's significantly smaller than that of the Z06. Significantly smaller. And the fact that the Z06 comes with Pilot Sport Cup 2s, this comes with Pilot Super Sports. Granted, like I said, this is not pushing 650 horsepower to the rear wheels. This is merely, did I make it right here?
I'll be low on gas.
I'll be low on gas. So low
on gas, we're on safe way.
Let me see, do one little more pull here. Jesus, man, that just feels so much fun. That feels
Right.
that feels so much fun. God damn, man.
Oh, wait. And I learned one thing. Try not to speed that much because I'm the one that gets the ticket.
I apologize. But like I said, these Corvettes is honestly what the best of what America has to offer overall. Like, this package is just incredible. And once again, thank you so much for wanting to Chevrolet this opportunity. I think I covered everything I need to about this vehicle. Again, I highly recommend this package. I can see why people say that the Grand Sport is the best, probably the best Corvette you can get, because it's naturally aspirated, it's still fun, and it doesn't really feel like it needs a supercharger, to be honest. No. Like this, don't get me wrong, more power is always nice,
yeah,
but
you can never say
no to more power.
Yep,
but overall, this is great fantastic. Damn near perfect, just the way it is. Just suspension upgrades, brake upgrades, and you're right there. That's all this car would need. Literally.
This is the best money for your buck right here.
If you're looking for a sports car, absolutely, by far, 100% agree with that statement. So with that said, this is your boy Jeameave at Views from the Heart. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think it covered everything else. If you guys are looking for a Chevy, please come down to Barnes Chevrolet. See my boy Samuel sitting right here with me, shotgun.
Hey, oh yeah, you can see me through this one. Different views, homie.
Different views.
Turn up.
So once again, thank you so much, Sam, for taking your time for allowing me this opportunity. Lewis and Barnes Chevrolet, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart once again. And like I said, thank you guys, the viewers, especially you guys, for enjoying this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And look, we have a C6 over there. Is that a C6? No, sorry, excuse me, C5. That's a C5 with a Corvette.
Come and trade it
Homage. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.